Americans didn't suddenly start spending more money, but somehow their paychecks feel smaller than ever. And no, this isn't just inflation. Right now, millions of people in the United States are paying more every single month. Not because prices exploded overnight, but because the system quietly learned new ways to charge them. Tiny fees, invisible subscriptions, interest that doesn't feel expensive until you zoom out. Two Americans can earn the exact same salary today, and one of them will quietly lose thousands more every single year. Not because of bad decisions, but because of what happens after they spend. Because the real cost of living in America right now isn't what you see on the price tag. It's where the money goes after you pay. Most people think the cost of living crisis is simple. Rent went up, groceries went up, gas went up. And yes, those things matter, but they're not the full story. Right now, living in America doesn't just feel expensive, it feels confusing. Because the biggest costs aren't always the ones you see rising on the news. They're the ones quietly reshaping how your money moves every single month. A delivery fee that didn't exist 5 years ago. A service charge no one remembers agreeing to. Subscriptions that start small and never really stop. And honestly, most people don't even notice when these costs slowly stack up. The system isn't charging you once. It's charging you everywhere, a little at a time. Picture this. One person opens a food delivery app after work. The meal says $15. But by the time it arrives, there's a service fee, a small delivery charge, a suggested tip, and a subscription reminder. Nothing feels shocking on its own, but the total is no longer about the meal. It's about the system wrapped around it. Together, these small costs quietly reshape the paycheck. Modern costs aren't designed to hurt once. They're designed to collect continuously. And when subscriptions, fees, insurance, and interest overlap, they don't feel like a crisis. They feel like normal life. Over the last decade, the cost of living in America didn't just go up, it changed shape. Instead of paying more up front, Americans started paying more over time. Subscriptions replaced ownership. Fees replaced clear pricing. Interest replaced waiting. Everything became easier to afford and harder to escape. You don't feel it on day one. You feel it when the paycheck arrives. And somehow, there's less left than there should be. Think about how money moves today. Years ago, most spending felt like a single decision. You paid once, and the transaction ended. Now, money keeps moving long after the moment you click pay. The payment never really stops. Now imagine an ordinary weekday in America. Nothing unusual happens. No major purchases, no big financial decisions, just a normal day. The morning starts with a phone alarm. A weather app opens. A music subscription plays quietly in the background. No one thinks about the cost, because the cost doesn't feel like a moment. It feels like part of life. On the way to work, a coffee is ordered through an app. The price looks familiar, but behind it, a processing fee exists. A platform cut exists. A tip suggestion appears before the drink is even made. Later, a notification appears from a streaming service. A new billing cycle begins automatically. No action required, no reminder needed. Just another quiet renewal. During lunch, a quick online purchase feels small enough to ignore. Buy now, pay later. Not because the person can't afford it, but because the system makes waiting feel unnecessary. And slowly, throughout the day, money moves. Not in large waves, in small, almost invisible shifts. By evening, a bank app shows a balance that still looks familiar. There's no shock, no sudden loss, just a subtle feeling that something changed. Years ago, spending felt like a clear decision. You chose to buy something, you paid, and the moment ended. Payments extend beyond the action. Subscriptions continue in the background. Fees attach themselves quietly. Financing stretches a single decision across months. The system doesn't interrupt life, it blends into it, and that shift changes how people experience money. Not as a single event, but as a constant environment. A paycheck no longer moves in straight lines. It flows through networks, platforms, renewals, algorithms designed to feel invisible. No one wakes up thinking, I will lose small amounts of money all day. This isn't about blaming technology, and it isn't about blaming people. It's about understanding how modern convenience reshaped the rhythm of spending. Because when costs become frictionless, they also become harder to notice. And when they become harder to notice, they begin to feel normal. That's the invisible day. Not dramatic, not loud, but quietly reshaping how money disappears over time. And that's why the cost of living in America feels so confusing right now. Because it's not just about how much things cost anymore. It's about how many systems are quietly connected to your income. Once you start seeing money this way, you stop asking, why is everything so expensive? And you start asking a different question. Where is my money actually going? If this helped you see the system differently, stay with Hidden Bill.